Welcome everyone to another edition of the Change Collective, and I'm here with my great friend Frischka. We're here to talk to you a little bit about ADKAR and how it really helps out with digital transformation. One of those hot topics, particularly these days. Everyone wants to transform their business digitally. So we want to try and get to the bottom of what ADKAR is to help people out and how that can help out in a digital transformation sense. So Frischka, ADKAR, it's an acronym, and I'm sure everyone's desperately wanting to know what it is. So drum roll, did you want to share the first couple of letters of what ADKAR is?
ADKAR is one of the most well-established frameworks of change management, and it stands for awareness, desire, knowledge, ability, and reinforcement. So if we think about the first two building blocks, awareness and desire, when it comes to digital transformation, you first have to make your people aware on what exactly is being digitally transformed, and not just what it is, but why we're doing it and what the impacts would be. So that's how it relates to the first element. In relation to the second element is desire. This is a bit of a hard one because desire is often very challenging to create. Many people will fear trying something new, especially when it comes to tech, especially the older generation, because hey, the older you are, the less you want to look stupid and admit you don't know how to do something. Yep, me included. And so you have to think about what will create the desire for that individual. Is it a sense of pride? Is it a sense of accomplishment? Is it just their own self-mastery? So those are the first two elements. And Matt, what about you? What about the rest of the elements?
Yeah, so the rest of the elements, KAR, so K, as you mentioned, stands for knowledge. Knowledge is very much around what is the aspects of change. So what is it that needs to be imparted to the individual to be able to take up and adopt what it is that's being introduced. So from a digital perspective, if it's a new piece of software, for instance, what are the elements of the software or the piece of tech that needs to be trained, developed, capability uplift? Moving into A, which is the ability. So that's really reinforcing the ability to use the tech and being able to understand. So you've gone from that knowledge, which is training, but really into using it and understanding it from a day-to-day aspect. So it's great that you hear all of the awareness pieces, and this is going to be a great thing, and there's going to be many benefits. You've done your training, your desire is high, ready to take it on, but it's how it applies to your day-to-day activities and how you're able to reinforce that ability to use it. And then reinforce, which is the R, the last letter, reinforce. One of the key aspects in ADKAR that is almost forgotten about. It's one of those things that people just go, okay, we've done our training, we've implemented, ta-da, we're finished. No. So reinforcement is very much around being able to have your KRAs or KPIs put in place so that people understand what they need to achieve as a result of implementing something, how they're able to get the benefits that have been identified that you mentioned early on in the awareness and the desire piece, the benefits that need to be implemented. And it's continually working through to ensure that you're using the full aspects or the full spectrum of the technology or the digital piece that you're implementing. And it's reinforcing that messaging. As ProSci, who are the owners of ADKAR, they say that you need to, as a part of their surveys, you need to sell a message at least 7 times before it becomes embedded into the individual. So you need to keep on reinforcing that. Yep. And it's when you get to the go live, a lot of people think, that's it, I've finished. No, that's it, you're starting. That's the beginning of when the solution is to take effect and it's to be implemented. And to your point earlier as well, it's very much individual focused. So all of those elements of ADKAR, it's all about the individual and how they adopt to the change. Not everybody goes through the ADKAR stages in exactly a precise amount of time. So you'll have some people who will go quickly through awareness, and you'll have others that'll take a little bit extra time to sort of go, I don't quite understand. I'm not resonating with it. So that's the challenge, and that's the the real buzz with change is trying to bring everyone on the journey, so that those that are quick to go through the stages, you want to make sure that you're going with them, but you want to make sure that you're looking after those that are taking a little bit of extra time to understand what it's all about. So yeah, no, ADKAR, it's a good old little methodology. I like it. And we're both certified, which is even better.
It's simple, it's effective. Just remember, people don't go through the phases in a linear fashion, so they may go up and down. And I wanted to make one final point when it came to the reinforcement area, is that too often companies disband project teams too early. They do something what I call launch and leave. It's like, oh, it's live. A week later, see ya, after hypercare. So they haven't given it a real chance for the change to take hold. And I think it's then you transition your focus from just simply adoption to building proficiency. And that's when you get the real benefits. So
exactly. Excellent. Well, thank you very much for that, Frischka. Hopefully everyone now is more aware, have a great desire, know the knowledge of. I won't keep going.
If you need more reinforcement, drop Matt or I a DM.
Yeah. But hopefully everyone now is a whole lot more aware about what ADKAR is about, where it's come from, and how it helps out in the digital transformation space. So stay tuned, and we'll catch up with Frischka again next week. We'll talk more on the Change Collective.
See you, everybody.